We are live. Host, can you hear me? I think we have a network issue from my host. Thank you everybody for coming today. Today's the new segment, Paripata doesn't talk. Good to know. I'm Happy King. Tony, the journal from Japan, where my host will come back again some network issue. But we cannot waste my time too much. We don't get some people for the house. But Kennedy, you did it.
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Please help us open the floor. Thank you. Give us a submission on the past election that we don't see. Don't get a new winner.
Oh,
Please.
you not just
Give
give us intro at all. Anyway. Others and I don't know if there's any woman here, fellow Nigerians. It's so shocking. It was shocking the way the INEC has gone about everything. It's so shocking. Initially, the PDP was leading, and at the end, we all saw what happened. My pain is that in the 21st century, we are supposed to conduct a free and fair election. The Nigerian people will always say free, fair, and credible. So at this stage in the human development or the development that is going on all over the world, for we to be some people clamoring for their party to win in whichever way, whether it is by crook or by hook, it is very funny. It's preposterous. That is not where we are supposed to be. When you talk of federal might, the problem now is it is happening to PDP now. It probably happened to APC before, and it's probably going to happen to Labour Party or other people tomorrow. And people that have benefited from it, they are probably happy. Those that have not benefited now, they are probably very angry and they are very aggrieved. While other people are saying go to court. And maybe in the next dispensation, the ones now that we have to go to court will now be asking other people to go to court. What I'm trying to say is we are stalled in a particular, we are stagnant. We are not moving forward. We take one step forward and a lot of steps backward. It's not going to help us. It's not going to help our generation. It's not going to help the generation after us. This is a drawback. At least only one state out of 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory election was held, and it took almost 48 hours, if not more than, to announce the result. Just one state of about 4.5 or 5 million people. I think 2.6 million registered voters. In some areas, you see where accredited voters was 157, and one of the parties got 2,000 plus. It is so funny, and you see the INEC, INEC representative saying this is not the place to where you can argue that. You know where to argue that. That is go to court. You see, like I said, I'm not a party man. We all wanted a good governance. Whatever happens, let us see what is going to happen. Okpebholo has been announced or adjudged as the winner. Let us see if it's going to lead the country the state in the right direction. So we all will benefit from it if it leads us in the right direction. If it doesn't, we all will be here crying wolf. Whatever happens, let's wait and see. But this is not where we are supposed to be in the 21st century, 2024. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Pagaiva. Good day, gentlemen. Good day, everybody. Hello, everyone. Reporters. I know Pagaiva asked why there was no introduction. I'm having a bit of setback with my computer, so I'm coming in through my telephone. However, I would still come up on my computer, but let us do the normality. Yes, I see your hands up, Oga, the show just started, but we have to do the needful by introducing the program. This is Upper Reporters and Talks, where we discuss our discussion on the social, political, and economic welfare of Nigerians across board, connecting Nigerians home and abroad. Today is the 23rd day of September 2024, and we're in the studio for our 60th episode. As it is a new, we have come to meet a new horizon. Yes, there are topics on ground which already Paigiba has already started giving us info about. Yes, which they are important and exciting topics. Deliberations are already on. Thank you. Let's cut to the chase. Yes, we have emerged. A governor has emerged as we have a new governor by the name Senator Okpebholo, and the outcome is what it is. I remember my last statement the other time. Let us be calm. Let us wait for an outcome. Whatever it is, a winner and others will emerge. Nobody has lost. It's just when it doesn't go your way, it's a lesson learned. The winner has emerged. The Senator Okpebholo is the next governor of Edo State. Going forward, we hope for the best. We congratulate him as basically it is supposed to be. Whatever we have to say now is maybe inconsequential because it is basic. He has won an election. Now it's left for the panelists to tell us how they feel about first the process and how they feel going forward. Mr. Agariba has spoken. Now we have somebody with his hands up. I think is that IK? Yes. Okay. Please, could you give us unmute yourself and give us your submission?
Thank you, my brother. I think today is not about who has won and who has lost. It's about the future of our people. Sorry about my voice, but my voice is not too good right now. You see, any reasonable Edo man, we condemn what happened yesterday, the rape of democracy in our state in its entirety, no matter your political affiliation. This is where the activists are different from the politicians. You say the truth, the activists are not perfect. They have the courage to tell you, but this is bad. This is bad. This is not good. They might not be able to change the situation. When somebody told me yesterday how much people were being paid to go to platform to speak for, I'm not supporting PDP or APC. I'm speaking on both sides. If somebody told me how much she was offered, she doesn't even live in Nigeria. She lives in Spain. How much she was offered to speak for APC on the platform, just the way others are speaking for PDP on different platforms. She rejected the money because she just felt this is not the future of our people. The struggle at home is more than the 5 million she was offered. She rejected. She turned it down. So my point to this money is, I have a lot of people from Mesa. Most of them are not even happy. So if anybody thinks this is I have won, literally you may feel you have won because your candidate has been declared. But let's watch and see what will come out of this. I don't have anything against Okpebholo, but considering the number of people, the lions and the tigers, the vampires, the political gladiators around him, a lot of interest around him calling for attention. At the end of the day, the Abuja's attention, the local attention in Edo State, I think the people of Edo State are the losers for what happened yesterday. I'm also here to confirm what I said before. In our last conversation about a week or 2 weeks ago, I told you it was a done deal. I wasn't trying to be a prophet of doom. It has come to pass. So even the last session we had when we were waiting for results, I wasn't waiting for results to see a different thing or to see us being declared as the winner or Olumide being declared as the winner. I just wanted to see the process. You know, the scholar define politics as who gets what and how. The how is you can write a whole book on the how. That is the process leading to the final result. That is where I'm more interested in, not the final destination. So the process was fraud. It was fraudulent. It was nothing to write home about. It was shambolic in my own calculation. I have contested an election. The normal thing is those from the ward, once you are done with at the ward level, even each ward has this collation center. Like my ward, we have 8 quarters. The other units will come to the headquarters, we'll collect our result, we'll move to LGA. From LGA, you go to state for final collection if it's a state election. That is the process. That is the normal thing to do. Now, we were throwing tear gas for to truncate local government and the ward collation. You move them to a collection center at the state level at Okpebholo. You knock other agents out, because So I know some people will still come here and defend what has happened, that a winner has emerged. Today, like I said from the beginning, I'm not here to dwell on who has emerged and who has not emerged. I congratulate Okpebholo. I always say here, if there's anybody closer to me among them, it's Okpebholo. If he has not, he's not going to do anything, if he does anything for his people, the thing will affect me one way or the other. But I don't play my politics based on such a primordial sentiment. And I'm too old to start doing that one right now. I never did it when I was much younger. I paid a huge price for it. I could stay extra year in school because of what I believe in. I could lose some juicy contracts on political grant for what I believe in. It was too late for me now to start bending my mouth so that people will applaud me or to try to play to the gallery. I think it was shambolic. It was fraudulent. It was 100% backward as far as our democratic growth is concerned. Anybody that has, I cannot stop anybody, but I'm not talking here based on whether you are APC or PDP. We know what is going on. And we know how much Obaseki is paying his online e-rights. We know how much APC was offering when they couldn't talk. He needed people to speak for him. A lot of people around me were rich to speak for Monday. So no matter what you say here, we are not surprised. You are paying for the money. You are speaking for the money. You have been paid. So no, we are too matured. We are too educated. We are too intelligent for somebody else to come and bamboozle us into a false paradise. That is not my concern today. But if you feel you have won, you have actually lost on the long run. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm preparing to go somewhere very important. Thank you for giving me the chance. People that must have been here before me. I thank you for the privilege. And I do not take it for granted. God bless you all. Have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Mori. We appreciate your submission on the matter. Yes, yes, we know as it is. There's nothing that we have to do other than to say, yes, we have a governor and we have to embrace it. There's no way, whoever had, or whatever the outcome would have been, or whatever the outcome is, there would always be people that do not believe in the process. Yes, we know that is it, but what can we say? We move on. That is what elections are about, and that is what they take us for as a people. There's no form of protest. There's no form of protest. There's no form of riots. There's no form of petitions. The winner has emerged. The only thing we can get now is what people think. Yes, there are other people in the other panelists in the street.
I also told you that they were coming to Abuja script. It was just what we're watching, what we're deliberating on was just a drama. Have you confirmed that now? Can you confirm that?
I have. I just wanted to be. I just wanted to have a belief in the process. I wanted to have faith in the institutions, right? I felt this is an election. Sometimes, even if you have to play the...
I beg, please, sorry. Did the moderator just say he has confirmed that it's an Abuja script? Because I have. Because
Otugbo, the day is not between me and you. We cannot continue to do this thing over and over
No,
again.
no, Mr. Tupo, yes, Mr. Monday, I said I'm confirming what Mr. Monday said. And he's not far from the truth. Because, well, like I said, those that have enjoyed the splendor have enjoyed the splendor. It is different. The time I used to see elections like this was during the days of Obasanjo, where you wake up, you go, they just give you a result, tell everybody go home. And on getting home, you see a different an outcome that has been given. Yes, but with what I saw in the EDO elections on Friday, on Saturday, Sunday, I give kudos to Buhari. Because Buhari did not, from all I see, Buhari did not interfere into elections like this, especially state elections. He allowed the process to flow. But this was abysmal. The process was truncated, whether we like it or not. It's not because of anybody winning. And Edo State man has won an election, and his supporters have celebrated it, or they have come out campaign, and he has won. There's nothing that we can change about that. And now I want to dare those people that are asking for accountability to tell us how they intend to get accountability from him and his friends or him and his supporters. So, well, there are other people in the studio. The reason why we are here is for Edo State. Mr. Tupo, you like to speak, or who should I go to? I have to, it's a random pick. Quiet one, are you there? Okay, Quiet one is not in the studio yet. Mr. Joe, are you there, Mr. Joe? Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Okay, Mr. Joe, can you tell us what you think about the outcome of the elections and what you say about the process, what you think about the process?
Good evening, everyone. This is Nigeria factors as usual, but it's just a pity. I don't expect Tinubu to go this way. I don't expect him to go this way because, well, that is how he come into the office anyway, and most of us are not surprised because, just as you said, I really give Buhari hand for not supporting such a thing when he was in government. I know the government wasn't too good, but supporting to this far, he wasn't doing it. He give everybody free hand to do whatever to campaign and to go into election. If he win, fine. If he doesn't win, fine. That election was, especially on Sunday, that election was manipulated. 100%. Aswen won that election because everybody follow up. Everyone follow up. But at a point, they actually said they're going to use federal mind. That's where the federal mind come in. But I don't. This is not fair for our democracy. It's not fair for our democracy because you're beginning to give people, making people to lose hope in democracy. That is just the fact. That is just the fact. Somebody must win, but why can't you make it credible? Those days, if someone win a governorship in a state, you see celebration. Do you see any celebration anywhere in those states? That will show things go wrong. Things go wrong. Things went wrong. Monday will I not won, but why not just do it in normal way? And let's just be transparent. Even though he won with 12 votes, he won. So everybody will celebrate it in those states. You see, some people are feeling mode now. No, even the Asian that it come from, no celebration, nothing. So I don't know. It's imagination to me. Well, whichever the way, I've personally sent personally email to Esra Udalo. He shouldn't lost hope in those states. There's other chances. There's other capacity can serve in those states. So it shouldn't just because of what happened and all that. I knew Obaseki factor was there, but people actually voted because of. Do you know people from Abuja, people from Lagos, they all transferred their voters card to Edo State just to vote. So INEC came and missed. So these are the reasons why we still keep talking. INEC need to do something very serious. That's my submission, my brother.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joe. Thank you. I appreciate your submission on the matter. Yes, everybody is getting moody and feeling.
Mr. Moderator, can I make it?
No. Your Sazua is next. He has his hands up.
Sazua can yield for me. Sazua, can I take one?
No. No. I called you before. You said you didn't answer. No.
Let him speak.
No, Sazua, why let him speak? Who I call your name? No. Two of you.
Okay, make I talk my talk.
No, talk your talk. Mute. I'm speaking for the
talk.
I heard the joke. I called you before now.
I was. The place was noisy, so I could not just answer and disrupt the program.
You must celebrating.
No. It's not about celebration. It's just that I wanted to make an observation.
Yeah, good.
I appreciated Omori's submission about the system in Nigeria and everything. But I only just got carried away when he said he told us that an Abuja script will be performed, and then you confirmed that you have seen it.
That's Omori said it in the last episode.
Yes, no.
You had left. You had left when he said. I said everybody should be calm. Nobody should get carried away.
Yes, what
I'm saying is that an Abuja script will be played, and that will be the outcome. So Abuja script was played.
No, what I thought I heard is that when he said an Abuja script will be played and that will be the outcome, I thought you were confirming that it was an Abuja script that was played. So I now told myself.
I said that Gubernatorial was even leading, and 95% of the results were already out. So I told you I wasn't having confidence. Apart from Gubernatorial leading, substantial part of the results were already on the RF. I told you there was no miracle that will make Gubernatorial to win. Before I left the show.
Yes, you said so. That was why I said people become even when the Godalo led results started coming in and people. I said everybody don't get carried away.
Okay,
but he said that the Abuja effect will be a part of it.
Moderator. So now I understand. I when you confirmed, it was just something that awakened my spirit. I just realized that is it that I've been going into the enemy's camp to threaten the enemy? Because if the moderator on this platform is kind of like a PDP man and I'm coming here to boast, that means I'm entering the enemy's territory to boast. But maybe you have cleared it now that I was able to go to the enemy's camp and effect.
You were the enemy's camp. The kind of friend that I am.
Okay, but
my enemies don't survive. To the
nevertheless, there's something I want to add.
You must be very bold to go to any platform this time and tell Nigerians you must be very
sure. Don't go far.
Okay, nevertheless, moderator, I want to ask a question to Palmori, or rather, not to Palmori, the last person that spoke.
Mr. Joe.
Mr. Joe. It is obvious because we, as people of Edo, we had observers on the field. One way or the other, either you yourself have your own source by having observers, and the observers actually reported that it was a situation where parties, I don't want to mention names, were all sharing money.
Yes,
you understand?
Yes.
All sharing money. Not they didn't identify one party.
All the major players, the major players. Money.
So if we as a people, and Mr. Joe will tell me that he is angry and sad that the elections went this way. So will he have celebrated, even if the elections have gone the other way? Will he have celebrated the result of the election when he fully knows people were sharing money? Will he have beat his chest to say, oh, Nigeria democracy is at its best? So let us sometimes not accuse because of our sentiments. If political actors in Nigeria have their ways, we should not take sides. That's where our problem is. Rather, we should call them out on what happened. It is only normal that we will say, okay, because APC won, we will try to do as if only APC did something bad. However, INEC has, prior to when the result was announced, the person of Barrister Asri Ogodalu actually said INEC was doing a very perfect job. And if INEC had been able to upload 98% of the, even 90% of the result, and have shown that the beavers and everything could work to that level, I think we should first appreciate that we have made progress coming from 1999, because I think this is the first time I've ever even had an opportunity to log into IREF and see actual results, and not only just actual results, even to that percentage. Definitely, like what Ozekome said, is it over? No, it's a work in progress. But now we have a governor who is a young man, a deputy governor who is a
You are
young
starting
man.
your politics again.
Oh
You
my
have
God.
RF that is not that you cannot rely on. Of what use is it? My brother, I won't come over for you. So they were not supposed to be playing politics, man.
Mr. Mori, please. To
You
go.
say we have made progress. You develop something, you don't rely on it. You make laws, you don't implement it. Of what use is that to the people?
No, Mr. Mori, please. Mr. Mori, please. We are not campaigning. There's no, our reactions here does not change the outcome of anything anywhere. But to go, please.
Magnanimous in victory.
So what's the victory?
Anything,
I
don't want to use the word
magnanimous. You spend people's money.
Magnanimous in any victory, because if you think you have won and others have lost, it's okay. But let us please allow everybody to have it's a tense period. Let us please allow everybody speak and people understand why we are speaking. So, I want you to round up. Just talk now. Forget about yes.
No, I don't want the house to be rowdy, because I know.
You are now talking about yes. You are now going to yes. And
no. I'm saying something. In my own understanding of governance, it is like what Gowon said: no victor, no vanquished. This election, whether Okpebholo had won, whether Akpata had won, whether Asue had won, I am an Edo man, and I will be governed by whoever wins. So I will take it that this is a victory for the party, a loss for the other party, but a moving vehicle for the state. Now the state has to hold the government accountable, which I will be part of, to call the government on the 5-point agenda which they submitted. You understand? So that's where we should base our discussion. The election has been won and lost. The losers will definitely not accept it. They have already actually decided to seek redress in court. That is left for them to prove.
If they have the nomenclature. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Tupo. I understand, but I want to rectify something. I think what Mr. Joe tried to say, all stakeholders participated, major stakeholders participated in the money sharing, which the people say bring money, we go buy our yes. And all major stakeholders held their own. When I mean held their own in their strongholds, they were part of the land, But what he was trying to say, at some point, when you are a father figure, which Buhari played, is the president of Nigeria, not the president of APC. To allow state elections go by states.
Mr. Obizoje.
Wait, hold on, please. Sorry.
Sorry. I want you to bring somebody in. There are a lot of people waiting, sir.
Okay.
Let me go so that I can bring somebody. Sorry, sir.
Okay. So when you do those things, when you do things like that, you allow fair play. President is president, but when president tries to interfere in those certain state matters, that's where everybody got funny. Allow the states go, let them play their politics within state level, or bring the apparatus, the federal apparatus, into a state election. That is what people are not even happy about. First and foremost, they're not happy. Everybody are saying Tinubu did not win this election. So now that is the kind of process he wants to take further and further. So you don't blame them now. You don't blame a person. You can't beat a person and tell the person not to cry. That's it. But magnanimous in victory. Well, was there victory? Well, but it's okay. Let's go to Mr. Thank you, Mr. Tupo. I'd like to just keep it. We have more topics. Mr. Sazua, go ahead.
Okay. First and foremost, right? He said there's a Bible, a biblical verse that says, before you remove the speck from somebody's eyes, first of all, remove the log from your own eyes. Right? Before we start throwing accusation, let's look inwards. First, this election that happened, I've seen elections happen in Nigeria But this election that happened, it's just so unfortunate that the person with they were all schemers, but the person with the greatest scheme won. One in the sense that even in this country that I live, when they are by-elections, when they are mid-term elections, and it's a very crucial election, every state government have donated to campaign in Georgia when there was a campaign in a Georgia senatorial seat. Ashoff and the Reverend gentleman that is there now, when they were vying for the senatorial seat, they brought in people from every state in America. It became the focal point of election that everybody chipped in to make sure is either because me I'm a Democrat chipped in, Republican chipped in. It was a tug of war. Everybody, even up to the president and governors, they all participated in it. That's what transpired. In 2019 or 2020 election that Obaseki went for a rerun and he defected from the APC and went to PDP. All the PDP governor led by Nyesom Wike, all of them were in Edo State, Benin City, rallying around their candidates. So, because they rallied around Okpebholo, who in the state, and the same was done for Okpebholo in this election. So, in the case of saying, INEC did this, there was a local government election last year. But let me finish my case. I have 3 minutes to talk, Junior.
Okay, no, but they are trying to, okay, go ahead.
I'm just saying what is fair is fair.
Go ahead, it's okay, go
Let
ahead.
me say something. I'm not joining anybody. I don't belong to any party.
It's okay. Yeah,
I'm saying is, let me finish. Don't step on my tongue now. When elections are conducted, right? When elections were conducted and everything went away, I belong to an organization that we wanted to participate in observatory purpose, engage the local government chairman, in different parties. We had the list. We reached out to them. But what happened then was an election was held. They had 18/18. Even in some strong men's hold, they had the elections. And everybody made, they were bantering and everything. But those people are still in office. They are local government chairmen to this day. Right? In this election that transpired, like somebody rightly mentioned, I belong to an organization where you had observers on field. If you see through more, they talk out. The highest bidder, the vote went to the highest bidder. Do we have a perfect system? Of course not. But at the end of the day, the election went the way it went. Thank God there was no shooting violence. Result got to the polling unit. However, the magic happened in INEC. A victor has been declared. However, the magic happened. Somebody has been declared winner. Same people that had victory in the last electoral cycle, they didn't go their way. Everybody should lick their wound and move on. We have a governor in place. Whether we criticize or we hit our head on the wall, there's a governor elect. As of today, I'm sure the state apparatus are in their control now. They get security briefing on the state. They probably be protected by the state security service and whatever briefing they will get. They are now addressed as His Excellency, pending when they are sworn in. Any which way, every of this party, we had our preference in the terms of candidates. That is secondary right now.
We keep moving on. You tell us to keep moving on. I want a better.
My brother, this today not be my day. No, me the vex.
Mr. Mori, please.
Let me talk.
Please.
You get your time under the sun. Can you let me talk?
No,
I respect you. No man, he was usually know. Go on,
Mr. Mori, please.
Go on. People have been elected. Everybody. If he paying you, if they pay any of us, we for carry our money, buy flight ticket, go our ward or unit, go deliver for our preferred candidate. It will say really paying you rich. We know if you turn to paper warrior and social media warrior. These people now, they don't elect them, whether we like them or not. At the end of the day, they all had an agenda or a manifesto. What we should be drilling down on is holding their feet to fire. May they deliver. You cannot throw away the baby and the bathwater. We will make do with what we have.
How would they deliver? They can't deliver.
If they don't deliver,
See. Let us allow Mr. Bontain finish.
I'm saying that even if they don't deliver,
1 minute left. 1 minute.
Okay,
please.
even if they have a fight, they have every party. Someone said they had the 7 manifesto, APC, PDP. The Labour said they had a 7-point agenda. Someone said they have a 5-point agenda. Whatever the agenda is, right? Whether we talk from now till Jericho, we express our grievance, our disappointment. Even in 2016, when I voted for Hillary Clinton, Trump entered. Nobody died. Trump come out. Do you understand? The next one, you dust yourself, vote for the next candidate. So whatever it is, I don't think we should be spending our energy in crying over spilled milk. Make we focus on moving forward. How do we become a part of the process that will reform, that will have electoral reforms, that will correct the mistakes of the past? Because on Saturday is the past tense. So me, I will have more speaking time. I don't want to be beating around the bush. Thank you, Mr. Moderator.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Bontain. I believe you are done with your summary because your time is up. We appreciate your submission.
Please, moderator, I have just one question for the last speaker. I don't know if you can oblige me.
Okay, okay, go ahead. What is the question?
Okay, yeah, Mr. Bontain, considering
Yes, sir.
the way the elections are going, considering what we've witnessed in the presidential and state and all the elections so far, the recent times, how do you think the electoral reform we can effect that?
But see, we are people. We come from we come from a unit from a ward to local. We have our representatives, right? I can tell you this: in 2001, when the Electoral Act was being amended or reform was being carried out, there were different loopholes and whatnot that it kept going back and forth from Buhari back to who was speaker then? What's his name? I keep forgetting his name. But Jabi Ameala was speaker, right? They kept going back and forth with it till they came up with a policy document. I think the Electoral Reform Act that is now law is something that we can bring here, right, to a forum like this. Because I think it's high time we start reading, not just talking. Let's see where the flaws are, especially with the IRF. Most of us can even say, oh, this one happened. We don't even have the facts to back up any opinion or claims that we have. Then the best way to do it, and the way we do it over here in America, is to go to our representatives and make an honest plea. Those bills, all those reforms, anybody can table it before the National Assembly. Now your constituency leader, now get carry on, or you meet your district senator. Now you go make a plea. We as EDO concerned stakeholders, citizens, right? We as upper reporters, we can come up with a policy document. Look for our representatives. They're not far from us. Dante did there. Billy Osawaru did there. There are some others. We be legislators. We can say this is what we find. These are the holes or flaws that we see in this thing. Can you push for an amendment? They go vote down for the house. It's not something where they'll feel correct. Electoral, it's not hard. We they do them here. There was an issue that we had with zoning or redlining in my area in Maryland here. We can't go give our representative, and they correct them. Do you understand? They correct them.
Yeah. So Mr.
So there
Sazua,
are channels to these things. There are channels to these things. But we never painstakingly try to address those things. We can talk from
Mr.
that
Sazua.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sazua, all you have said, they are all valid.
Yes,
however, my concern is this. Even when these reforms are put down in black and white, they still find a way to put it in the trash when they want to do what they want to do.
Let me just answer that question for you. When reforms and laws are passed, and we have a regulatory agency charged with that responsibility, which is INEC. Do you know us now? I don't know how it is. We can take INEC to task. We can.
No, wait, let us stop talking like Americans, please.
Stop. So
This
no
is
be.
this is
Wait. So let me
Nigeria.
tell you, Junior. Junior, let me say this to you.
INEC
You know
just
the majority
chocolate.
of the cases in Nigeria, if you know
Yes.
an organization, wait, an organization called Syrup. Who don't hear of Syrup?
Who is
Syrup.
the headed? Who is the headed by? I'm just
Now,
asking.
I know Syrup. Syrup, it's an organization, of lawyers, now maybe the constitution, civil
I
rights
know,
organization.
Sarah. The question is,
Syrup,
how
and the
many cases have
We
been
say that.
successfully
We have it
enforced?
successfully
Listen now, listen.
overturned. What is
Can
not
you
enforced?
Syrup,
Overturned.
Is it not
Syrup,
I know
serious
Sarah like the back of my hand.
Okay, let me say this to you. Apart from
DSS went
Syrup,
to vote that day?
wait now. Listen, what you going to talk for? Are we here to entertain
Then listen. No, excuse
are
me.
we here to really talk on
No,
issues?
guys. Yeah, but we understand your point. You are speaking from a very genuine perspective. But you know, when you are in the mud, no matter how you try to keep your shirt white, white shirt white.
They must stay now. Junior, we have to.
We are talking about Sarah.
Junior, you just said what you know. Let me conclude.
Just did the magic
There
again.
are ways to go about these things.
No, there are no ways.
There are two ways to this whole thing. Let me tell you. One way is to go through the civilized way. Another thing is, you say they'll stain your shirt with white. Then you'll stay away from the mud. If they try to near the mud with our discussion and forum like this, it's either we enter the mud with them or we pump water, take clean out. Meaning, are we going to delve down? See, what just played out in Edo State? Let me just tell you. Now, pure politics. Party use their structure to win election. That's plain and simple.
Okay.
They use their structure. And what is a structure? What is a structure? Wait, listen now. What is a structure? A structure. Now, a group of people, leader, community leader, where they hold that unit and word. We know the intricates around that area. That they relate with every voter we come there. Everybody go the polling unit. Let me tell you something. My organization, we got INEC observatory listing. What happened? Can we not? We can only observe and see what we saw. Can I go to a log or a court of legal? How do they say it again? The lawyers in the house help me. My tongue don't tie. Competent jurisdiction.
Court of competent jurisdiction.
Court of competent jurisdiction.
Election tribunal in this case.
Wait now, like tribunal. Can I go there now? And if they call me, will I be charged with those people where they share money? Did they wear a badge saying I'm PDP or APC? Not because they did to even the so-called law enforcement don't know what thing they go on. What happened in this election is
now you are hitting the nail on the
head. Mr. Quiet one, please just calm down. You get to your turn. Let him finish. Bobo, I think you have elapsed your time. And,
okay. If you don't want me to talk again, because you asked me questions.
You have elapsed your time. They're asking you questions. We have other people in the studio.
Okay, sorry.
Everybody, thank you. So we appreciate it. We understand the outcome. You are talking from a good man's perspective. The way that they see it in Western world, the way that the British do it, the white people, or the way they put it on paper. We have all these things on paper. But
when you say that,
we can't hold INEC responsible.
I take exception to that. Then
if INEC is playing the role of
the way the white
leading,
people do it, don't say the way the white people do it. The way it's supposed to be done.
You are telling us that
the way it's supposed to be done. That's what you say. The way it's
no.
There's no white and black. There's no white and black in laws and process.
We should have stayed without the white man's democracy. I say it again. Democracy is not working for us. Because now an institution that is supposed to be independent, or institutions that are supposed to be independent.
Moderator, you know you are making a very weighty
it's not a very anything.
You accuse INEC now. Junior,
they accuse police.
If today they call you, may you come give testimony for court. If they call you, may you come stand as witness. This is what you talk to.
Witness of what?
The accusations
Wait,
I'm
okay,
saying.
let me give you an analysis. When results are taken, you are put in Beavers, you are put on the IRED, it goes. But these results are taken, they are taken to a local government office where they are collated. And from there, when they get out, get the outcome, they're taken to the INEC headquarters. All that wasn't done. Or are you not aware about it? You didn't know? No, I'm asking you a simple question.
Junior, let me ask you a simple question. I'm not defending anybody. Junior, have you read? Do you know how the process works?
I'm telling you how it is on paper. But now there's a man that has to.
What is on paper, please? Because there was a Supreme Court
I'm
argument.
giving you the procedure now.
Is it mandated? Is it mandated that it must be uploaded? Or this thing? What is it?
You go, you do all your Beavers, get information. I read online. Everybody outside.
Do you know the judgment that was passed in the last presidential election? Did you understand
what judgment?
The judgment that the Labour Party put forward, that the court now said? Did you read it?
What judgment?
When they said when the case that Labour Party made, Peter Obi made, the case that was made was like, oh, this document was supposed to be INEC, and the Supreme Court interpreted it. INEC now get final say. They did say you can do it, you can upload it, you can do it manually.
Nobody's talking about
that.
Nobody talking
Did you know that they say they can do it manually?
Who says they didn't do it manually this time?
Okay.
No.
Do you have evidence?
Yes, you like to hear you. You know the truth. Listen.
Do you have any evidence to show?
Listen. Because people like to, yes, you want to defend.
I didn't defend.
No. I am telling you how this happened.
Because you they defend and you they sentimental for this thing.
I'm not being sentimental. I'm telling you about the process. There's a process. Who you want to make it about?
Okay, is anybody complaining about the process?
I think you like your voice. Calm down, please.
Okay.
I'm telling you, when you want to make it, you bring hot water and garri. You don't pour the hot water in the bag of garri. So there's a process to it. And everybody knows the INEC routine, the INEC process. That's why they say on the Beavers, do it on the Beavers, get when the results are out, put it on the IRED. But you have to go to a coalition center, which is the local government of the local government office. That's where the first coalition starts. And the local government result the result is being collected at the local government. And then everybody goes to this local government, now APC winner. Then from there, you start heading to INEC. To say everybody will bring their results. You don't take the results to INEC office to collect. Now sending every agent out of the office. INEC going to give us results from their this thing that we are all saying so in the process. If you want to change
Junior, make I just say something to you, and I'm not going to talk again. Make I just say something to you.
You like to hear your voice talk.
I need to hear my voice. Can you just stay here now, and begin to dissect something where you know weakness, where you know the now how they call it eyewitness report. Now you get to yes see.
You quote Bible, you the Bible, where you quote Bible and speck of eye.
I did Bible. That biblical teaching where they don't teach us.
It's written. It's a process.
Okay, so the electoral reform where they talk, so you don't download them. As now you they talk, so I don't download them, and I can give you food from there. Okay. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, make we do our research, because even those accusations made by the PDP guys and the APC. If at the end of the day, that's why they say you go seek legal redress. Who be lawyer for you? Wait, me enlighten us small. Do you understand? We can speculate all we want. That's how the 2023 result came out. Everybody will be now win. At the end of the day, don't we have a president?
Okay, you are right. I want to say you are right. You are always right. Thank you very much. But I want you to do something for me now.
Yes.
Before the end of the show, this thing that I have said, do a set and come and correct me, please.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Gotai. You're a great guy.
Thank you.
Yes, let's go to the next person in the house. We have 316. 316, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, with 316, everybody's coming with a low tone. Isn't that we are sleepy or we are feeling? Come on, let us sound like Mr. Gotai. Or sound like me. We are in a happy mood. Election.
Nobody died, Junior.
Nobody died. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
This time election, there's no loss of life or loss of property. There were rankles, but everybody is in a good state of mind. Is that not something to celebrate? At least compared to what we have seen. Thank you, Mr. Gotai. Nobody died. So please, we need the voices up. It's just an election.
I agree. Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah. For me, I have some questions, and when things like this happen, you have a retrospective meeting on reflecting of what you could have done differently or what you could have done better. So
who is speaking, please?
This is Uwaidele 316.
Okay, well, 316. Yeah, okay.
So what I was saying is, first thing, who are the real losers and who are the real winners in these past elections? It's very easy to say yes, APC are the winners and PDP are the losers, but I think it might not be the case if you look at it in reality. It's like more like the people are the losers and the politicians are the winners. So we need to first of all reflect on who are the real winners and who are the real losers in this election, so that we understand that we're not fighting ourselves. We have a common objective in terms of having good governance for the state. Secondly, I like Osazuwa's point in terms of how to find a way to improve on the process, and the only way to do it is what he has stated. You have to go through your legislator, come up with a policy document, and show how you can improve the process. Even move one step further. Instead of doing this IREV thing, you can even go step further, whereby results are computed as people vote. It's possible. I think that's what is applicable in the US also. The count is being counted as people are voting. So there are solutions to this problem. If the organization, which is Osazuwa said it belongs to, can put more effort and sponsor a policy document, and you start pursuing that track from there as against the next election. But there's a downside, because this document you are putting together, which we reduce as much as possible voters fraud, you are giving it to people that are already used to getting to power through illegality. So yeah, so there's a very high chance that they will not push for that. If they see that this is going to be transparent and make them lose elections or make the real person to win elections, they might not push for it. So there's a you have to find a workaround of how to manage that. So then on the other group, I'll kind of be quiet. I think if you look at the caliber of people that are talking and are making points, everybody seems to have some high level of knowledge or education, and none of us are in the process. None of us are trying to or be part of the entire process. So that is also a setback for us, because if we're not going to be part of the process to create that change, and we expect this kind of people that won the election to I can only support if I see one of us being part of the process, because these are the people I know, and from when you guys speak and all that, it seems that we know what to do. So we need to also ensure how we can be part of the process. That is very key. It looks big, but it's very achievable. Then one of the things I was really concerned about, even in the 2023 election, was if you have a way to filter out the the wrong candidates. So you have PDP, APC, and Labour Party, and all of them present highly educated professionals that know what they are supposed to be doing. So if the election goes anyways, nobody's angry. The reason why people are upset for the outcome of this election is because of the perception or what we've seen from this present candidate during the entire electionary process and campaign process. So if it was a victory between the PDP candidate and the LP candidate, I'm not sure the people would have been as much upset as they are, knowing fully well what is happening now. Then let's not just deceive about ourselves. Yes, the party that played the better politics and won the election in terms of, like you said, the highest bidder or whatever it is. But my big concern is the coming together of the politicians in APC to ensure victory. I don't think the intent is for good governance. It seems very likely the intent was vengeance against Obaseki. For he practically fought with everybody. So the enemy of your enemy is my friend. So they all came together and ensured that Obaseki's candidate was not the preferred person that would win. So it was not an election between Aswe and it was an election between the powers that be in those states and Obaseki. If you look at it from an unbiased perspective. So these are my own optics, and these are my own concerns. And if I see conversations that are genuinely, people are putting papers together and moving bricks and mortar to be able to create a reform or a policy document that can improve the entire process and participate in the process, then I will be fully in support of it. Other than that, it's just we just bantering words against ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. 316. Yes, you have given us your opinion. Good. Yeah. Well, like we always say, we don't know the future. We don't know the future of
prepare for it.
Of anything that the outcome. A rain is unpredictable. Yes. People might not be happy that they didn't get the choice they went for, but this might be the best government we'll ever see in the history so far. Or let me not use the history so far. Let us because only God knows what will happen. Everybody is saying this. Everybody. The stone. Hold on, please. The stone the builder rejected might become as like the Bible, as they say in the Bible. Let us wait to look for an outcome. The only thing that people are complaining or people are worried about is a process. We're not a process that we ought to have. Could you say something? You say what?
If you are cooking a pot of soup, the kind of ingredients that you put inside, you can tell the taste. You can almost predict the taste of the soup. So if you think that any good thing will come out from this, I think you are just kidding yourself.
No, because the soup will not be sweet. No, it doesn't matter. You cook your soup according to your strength.
Nothing is coming out of this government. Nothing is coming out.
No, I don't want to be negative. I don't believe in negativity.
It's the negative I've been showing since. Why are you not seeing negative?
Okay, what has come out from the previous administration, please?
No, let's people have their opinion. People have their opinion. But
those of people are there quiet trying to talk, or we ought to jump in.
Where you see Agbo celebrating, what do you expect?
Gentlemen, please let us be calm. I've not finished. I'll go to the next person. I'll pick the next speaker, please, one by one. Please. So according to 316, he said he will want to be a part of it if he sees this friend. So are you saying if you have the opportunity to go into politics and you don't see any of your friends being a part of it, you will not go? My brother, please, if any of us can have the leverage, like Mr. Montaigne says, he has a society that is interested and they are going for that. Those are the kind of things that we expect from us all, not coming online to banter and argue. Sometimes we have to be about it. Register in a party, see how it goes. Nobody can force you to be what you don't want to be. But what we need are reforms. What we need are strongholds. Now, the APC has won. It's good these people decamp before they won. So we know it is one party. Not tomorrow when the PDP wins, they will now start coming back, exodus here and there, not allowing the young grow. That is another problem we ought to talk about in the future. But before let me not say much. The people are not happy because of the process. You go, your hope, everything. Then at the end of the day, when it gets to a certain level, the whole thing changes. But well, that's my own opinion. Let us go to another person. Mr. Vuvuzela, you are here. Or Mr. Vuvuzela, are you there? You see, we are not available. Mr.
Hello?
Jack. Okay,
Hello?
are you there? Yes, you are.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay, please give us your submission or give us what you think about the election.
Okay, so I've heard a lot. Everybody saying, "Oh, all the parties shared money. Everybody was buying votes or whatever," which is fine. Since if everybody shared money, then it's a level playing field because they all campaign dirty, level playing field. They all backstab, level playing field. They shared money, level playing field. Now, my issue is where you are now having reports of accredited voters or registered voters in that ward or that polling station is 500. Then they'll come out and say 2,000 people voted. That is like, why go through all of this? If at the end of the day, a bunch of people can sit down and just decide, oh, these are the numbers that we want to throw out, allegedly. And INEC always does this same thing. When the day starts, everything is going well. Then there's some kind of, they are putting everything on IREV or whatever. Then all of a sudden, the madness starts. Even though nothing is going on, you are giving people reason to be suspicious. If everything just flowed with the same pace at which it started, and at the end of the day, the result comes out and says, okay, APC has won, this is what it is, I think people will be okay. Yesterday, for example, Okpebholo was one of the local government that rounded up their elections early. How come they were the last local government to bring out their result? When things like that start happening, people start it gives us something to imagine, so to say. And on the winner, on the candidate, Senator Monday that won it, I've heard a lot this morning. They say, oh, it's a kind man. Is this, is that. He has a good heart. He has this. Everybody's being philosophical. Oh, the stone, the builders, everybody's saying everything. I don't know how kindness and good hearts create policies. I don't know. If anybody knows, please, you can say something. But when we are now hoping and praying that he comes good, then we have lost the plot. Because by now, all the candidates that brought themselves forward, we're supposed to know this is the stance of this person. So we know what to expect. So we are not guessing anything. Then this is just a personal observation now. And when the last presidential election, as soon as Tinubu was declared president, I said, you know what? All I can do here is to pray for him. God touch his heart, let him be able to give his come good on his campaign promises. The same thing, but there's an image that keeps running through my head. I don't know Senator Monday personally, maybe to put that, maybe knows close to those guys can tell. Maybe he's just a reserved man that has a strong will. And because the people around him, everybody seems to be talking on his behalf. And the crew, the people around him, those are people, those are not that they're bad people, they're just people with strong character. They are people with very, very strong character. And we all know politics is about interest. It's not a crime. So everybody's going to come with their interest. I just pray and hope that the governor-elect will be able to say, okay, let me look beyond all of this and the interests of the people, because it's very difficult. Yes, Obaseki has been demonized for bullshitting everybody, pardon my language, but you have to be a strong-willed person to be a leader. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's not for the kind-hearted. It's not for the who has a good heart. No, that is not what it is. You need to be able to offend some people, upset some people, tell some people no, not because you're a bad person, just because that is the way it is. So, I mean, we are where we are now. We don't know where we are going to go. So everybody's saying, I hope it comes. Nobody can sit down here and say, okay, this is what this man says he's going to do. This is the kind of government he's going to run. I hope he doesn't, because first of all, he has to pick a cabinet. And we all know what that entails. Are you going to pick the right minds, the right people, or you're going to pick, what's it called? Fulfill party campaign promises that you gave to your people. So those are the things that we should be looking at. And I hope I am wrong, but if those strong-willed people get their way, then we are at the mercy of people that are even out of the state. Because I keep on saying, Akpabio, what is your stake in all of this? Is because you're speaker, you're APC leader, you are forefront, or because he was a serving senator, he's one of your is your colleague or something? That's why you are pushing for it. I don't know. But Akpabio, are you going to be putting your finger into a state business, or who cares? So those are the concerns. But so far, the INEC has showed us once again that they need to go and maybe they need to start doing some other business other than election business, because it seems to always be a more questions. I hope PDP, the agent that they send out, they have the original copy of what was actually signed by all the party agents. Hopefully, they will go to court, and because we are about what Osazuwa was saying the last time during the presidential election. Supreme Court said, you know what, it's at the prerogative of INEC to see whether to upload results digitally or by hand. Is them, if they come tomorrow and say, we chose to do it by hand, and this is what we did by hand, and this is the result, nobody can say anything. So why the hell do we spend billions on technology? Why not just say, you know what, do it by hand? What's the use of having two options? Anyway, that
No,
is
but I want to, thank you very much. I want to ask, the results that were posted online on IREV, who posted those results?
Well, now, what I understand about IREV, right? After the results have been put together in the polling station, polling unit, you snap a picture of your
Results,
results, send it digitally
a signed
to
result.
yes, a signed result to IREV. Then it's a check and balance system. The hard copy will now be taken to the correlation center and say, okay, this is what you posted. So you don't go pick out a result from your back pocket and post. This is what I posted digitally from real-time polling unit. This is the hard copy. Put everything together. Somebody has to put all of that together. In the instances where maybe technology has failed and they couldn't send it real time, then you know the follow-up is the hard copy. That is the way the whole system should work. When everything tallies and say, okay, this is hard copy, this is soft copy, put it together, this was what was sent real time, and you release the result. It's not rocket science. It's the same thing they do in the US when you go punch in, and that is why do you remember during Al Gore and Bush, some of the election papers, they said they were not properly punched in. The computer was showing one thing, but when you look at it, they now did a recount. Okay, let's count this thing by hand. Let's see, the technology has failed here. Let's see this thing by hand. That is when they did the recount. So it's the same thing. It's not, people do it all over the world. It's not a new thing. But when you are now saying, oh, the one that you did electronically, you can throw that one aside. This is the one that you want. Then what is the use of it? What is the use? So if PDP or whoever is aggrieved is saying, no, we have the hard copy which our agents signed, because their complaint was that when they were going to the collation center to put those things together, they didn't let their agent in. So are there going to be two hard copies to say this is what? So those are the So that's why you see sometimes in the presidential election they were showing hard copy result of TPEX, the IREV. Somebody took a picture of their face and put it there. It was a mess. So I don't know. So that is what they are looking at. But at the end of the day, the system, we have the Nigerian problem, I keep saying, it's not the system. The system, everything is there. We have too many laws in Nigeria. There's a law for everything. We over-govern ourselves. But execute it. That is the problem. So when they come out...
the people. So
yes,
the people, not the people are the problem, not the institution.
No, the system is there. They keep saying the IREF, the system was not invented by some company in Nigeria. Probably some company, some IT company somewhere. They put it together.
Yes.
They tested it. It works.
Sagem or Siemens did that.
Exactly. It works. So it's not like it doesn't work. Now there's a contingency plan where technology fails. Do this. And somebody was coming. Yeah, I think they did an upgrade because during presidential election, some of the things could not do face recognition. Some people would tell you to raw powder or whatever it was doing. So it's two ways of identification: thumbprints and face recognition. But this time, all of those things work. So they probably did an upgrade.
Borrow me a minute. My host, 1 hour have gone. I beg, put people on time. Actually, I don't know if it talk because my daughter get off. I beg, put people on time, like 3 minutes. Make other people for speak.
Okay, so anyway,
sorry.
That is my submission. Nothing really to add. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Vuvuzela. Yeah, well, you have given it your all. Let's go to the next man on the table. We have Egbe. Egbe, you are there? Egbe, are you there? Egbe,
Yes,
are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I was far from my phone. I was just listening.
Okay, Egbe, give us your submission. Let us know. And like the head of our reporters, he said he doesn't want to hear people's voice too much. 3 minutes. Let's move on.
Yes, I don't even have much to say because I was supposed to give you live feed on that day, but I was moved that from Oredo to Lugbo. So before I came back, it was very late. So I couldn't really report what I saw. But generally, I felt bad because at this age and time, people were still collecting money to vote. It was a sad thing. I saw this was firsthand. I saw people, even elderly, who were collecting money to vote, and people were canvassing for. Some people went to the polling unit to even look for people selling that wanted to buy their votes and all that. So it was a very sad scene. And I thank God for everything because I also prayed and wished that nobody should die in this election, which God answered our prayers. You see, I always tell people, don't die in their war. Politicians will always be politicians. After swearing in, you see some people defecting. A lot of people also betray their political parties because I can tell you that there were party chairmen that refused to even disburse money for their agents and all that. I heard all those complaints. I saw it. They refused to disburse money for their agents and all that because what we are even arguing here, your agent should be on ground to collect your from ECA8, something like that. Yeah, from ECA8A, yeah, to submit because this IREF issue we've been talking about, the Supreme Court made pronouncement on it. I think Justice Okoro Inyan. He said INEC should INEC has its sole responsibility on how they want to announce the result or collect the result somehow. So that IREF is just a viewing port according to them. But I don't know why we are still using the IREF if it's not that important. So I don't have much to say, but because I listened to Mr. Sazua and I just concur with everything he said, 100%. We should argue and blindly sometimes and listen to people's opinions and all that. I listened to all what he was saying and I just concurred with him. That's just my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Egbe. Mr. Honorable Fosa in the house. Honorable Fosa, please, can you unmute yourself and give us your 3-minute submission? Honorable Fosa, are you there? Do we have you in the... Are you close to your device? Okay, let's go to Mr. Omris Oye. Oye, please unmute yourself and give us your submission. Okay. Oh yeah, are you there? Unmute yourself and give us your submission. Yeah. Okay. Let me move to Sake. Sake, are you there? Unmute yourself and give us your submission.
I'm here.
Yeah,
Chief
Sake,
Host, how are you,
welcome.
sir?
Welcome. Yes, you've been.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening to you.
I've been jumping in and out, so I didn't hear a lot of people. Yeah, but the few, I think it was Vuvuzela's voice I heard, if I'm right,
Yes.
and I quite want to agree with him. Before now, there's nothing really strange other than just one thing that we felt happen during the presidential election. But now we saw it happen. It wasn't just that it was not either hearsay or we felt it was this one actually happened. First, we know that all political parties, especially the major ones, the front runners, they engage in vote buying. All right. So vote buying, I would say, is it something good? No, it is not good. So we must not condone it, and we must not try to legalize it to say, oh, it's a level playing field, right? It's actually very bad that they have to even induce any voter, right? But that is what has been happening. It's just that now they've taken it a step further, okay, by holding, the umpire, which is INEC, to be lopsided, which then you want to join the people that argue that why do we even have election? If you know INEC is going to declare who they will declare, why do we have election, right? So you may want to be happy today, you may want to be unhappy, but if you want to remain neutral, where I like to be, it is bad for our democracy. It is bad for our leadership. People should be free to choose who they want to lead them. Okay, so not one person is free from all of these infractions. Not one person. Whether you are inducing people, you are giving money, you are buying food or whatever, or you that is holding on to INEC because you are the ruling party to do your bidding. None of them. Sin is sin. What is bad is bad. It is high time we need to move forward in this country. We need to advance in our democratic processes. All right. Because how else can anybody explain that you stop collection at the ward center, you stop collection at the LGA centers, and then you move it to the state collection center, and only a few set of people are allowed in? All agents that are supposed to witness collection are not allowed in. How else can anybody explain that to anybody? All right. So by and large, generally, we have, portrayed something very bad. We've started a new thing which I think shouldn't continue, because if you look at it, if the other parties wanted to resist, that move, the last speaker before me just said, oh, he prayed that nobody should die in this process. And thank God, God heard his prayer. And we are all thanking God that God heard his prayer. But if the other parties wanted to be, wanted to hold their ground, it's not what we are saying today. We'll be saying, we'll be singing a different story. All right. So, what are the lessons as a nation, as a state? I think there are lessons to be drawn from this. There's no clear winner, there's no clear loser. Rather, democracy has suffered. And if we must really want to, go forward, okay, with this democracy, then this has to be changed. Because what has happened now is that, okay, this is how the ruling party wants to play it. Then the next outcome, other parties will be ready to match them. And when that happens, is the innocent citizens that will suffer.
Chaotic. It become chaotic. Very
Do you
chaotic.
understand? It's innocent citizens that will suffer. Some of us
Yeah.
that must have left our senses at home, that want to die in their war, we end up being the victims, right? So it's not something that should be sustained. It's not something that should be sustained at all. We should stop vote buying. We should stop, holding on to INEC because we're in power, it is wrong. It's not going to lead anybody anywhere. All right, it's taking us if we want to advance in this democracy. Otherwise, if we feel this democracy is not working, maybe we should go back to our monarchy system. We should come to a round table and do what is good for us, that everyone will feel satisfied, everyone will feel involved, nobody will feel disenfranchised, nobody will feel hard done by. All right. I don't know. I haven't heard anybody, wanting to go to, court, because if INEC, who is supposed to be an unbiased umpire, has been tainted, what face is there to the judiciary? So it's a messy situation. But again, elections have come, winner has emerged. Okay, whether Senator Monday Okpebholo is going to be a wonderful governor, it's for us all to see. If he turns out to be a good governor, that governor that will give us everything that we have all yearned on this platform, we'll all be happy for it. Every one of us, we crave for here. Like I keep saying, every one of us that are so passionate, we just want a better Edo. If he can give us that better Edo, we'll be happy for it, right? But we just hope that, like Peter B will say, it is good that those that lead us, come from a seamless process, right? But he's there, he's dead. There's nothing anybody can do. So we just pray and hope and be optimistic that he will give Edo.
Thank you, Mr. Sake. I think we have lost you there. You have turned into a corner without service because it's obvious you're driving.
My host, borrow me 1 minute.
Okay.
Mr. Iceman, your network is not, your device is, your connection. I mean, I don't know what to say. You are not connecting. You unmute. Okay, now you are connected. Good.
Yes. The next person on the list is Jacko. Jacko, are you there? Unmute yourself, please, and give us your submission. Mr. Jacko, are you there?
Yeah, I am here, my brother. So I greet the house.
Yes.
I did listen to everybody talk since some talk go one side, some talk go this. Go. But the only one thing we want to contribute is that election don't over. I mean, now we go see they come the shout for platform, the talk. Only things we will talk now how to unite the state, because I think a lot of people, a lot of the citizens, those citizens are not happy. Why I use that language? Say we are not happy. The Ishan part, the Benin part, the Owan part are not happy. So the state governor, what I would expect from the new governor elect should just first thing you would do that will impress me, how to unite everybody. Let's have that brotherly love. Out just see how ourselves say we are just one family. This election teach me one thing, say some people just get it for heart. I remember one person make one comment for this platform just now say Okpebholo is going to be the worst. Sometimes I reason say some people just talk out of their head. You just pray that kind of prayer for your own governor. You don't know whether it's a right man, whether it's a bad man. Say you are not expecting anything from him, which means you are one of the Satan where did the land who need to cast out from that land. You need to talk factual. Say, I pray make my city good. We are the diaspora. I am not hungry. I think my family are not hungry. But the betterment, we are only praying for the betterment of that for our fellow brothers. We not they opportune for the level we see for life. But some people you're coming to this your platform, and waiting I be they expect for my brother Junior. People like that come to such where they utter such words. You just cut them off. Some people don't come into platform and say you don't expect anything for this thing. It make me feel bitter. Sometimes I said, if such people they feel they see them for street, I'm going to use this language.
You know what free speech means. People can air their opinion.
But free speech, brother, I know.
When during the election for 2023, we said the same thing about Tinubu. That we didn't expect anything from him. Buhari,
brother,
said, wait.
Can you let me finish?
So you need to.
This is my time now.
Yes, exactly.
Because people saying what their expectation that they are devilish. No, I disagree. People have the right to air their opinion. It's free speech. You might take it or not.
316. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
If you have actual evidence or statement or data to give contrary opinion why you think this government would be the best government, you share it and tell us because of this, he would be that. We have information or what we see, we don't see anything good coming out of it.
Junior. 316. Thank you. 316, please allow the man.
Oh God.
316, please allow the man speak. 316, please. I'll go back to you. 316, please. Just allow the man speak.
So, what I one thing about I say some people they that country. That is why sometimes I just look say God. I don't know the way God take create every individual. For me, I'd always pray for my fellow man. Whether na Igbo man or Yoruba man, I don't care. What I'm trying to say here is that they just swear the man. They have not swear him yet. He just won an election, whether by crook or by what. But I'm not pray for all those things. I'm not happy for say the election was not fair and fair. That is not what I'm trying to say here. But what I'm trying to explain there is they might just won an election, whether by anything, I don't care. So, but always pray for your fellow man that say, oh, it's free speech. I know it's free speech, but free speech has landed us somewhere. Hatred. You remember for 7 years now, we use our mouth to cause evil to each other, insult each other on this platform, other platform, talk shit on each other. That is what I'm trying to say here. We need to stop those to lower our tone down for each other. Okay, you just want to let you don't know whether it's Satan. Maybe he take your wife or he take your land before you take that grievances to the platform. It will never be a better. Oh, don't say that now. We are not babies here. Okay, if someone should tell you like that, say someone see you on the street and say, this man, you are not a better person. How will you feel? You don't know whether he's going to be a nice person. Just giving a try. Okay, you just won. Okay, let's check. But you are just judging him. They have not swear him yet. You are judging. That's why I said some of our Edo people, Edo brothers and sisters, we have a very devilish spirit. Very devilish. So I always continue to pray for our brothers. So I'm gonna get change of heart. I'm gonna get change of heart. That is why I always pray, say God, may God make us. Maybe we should just take over. Because I believe say this internet of a thing, this social media don't make most of our brothers and sisters get carried away. Because the way we talk, the way we say, and majority of our brothers who just talk, come to different platforms and talk, they feel because they are in diaspora, they are untouchable. Well, someone can have on miserable sickness here, you die off because of your hatred for fellow man. You can
bro,
you can have different things.
Now. You can't go that far now.
It's very painful. Really, it's very, very painful. Tony, I don't talk like this before. I'm a very happy person. I talk friendly to everybody, but there's some things people say. I just say, God, what is this? What is this? I division. I just hate division.
You're not falling into that trap with them.
Yeah,
but you're falling into the same trap.
Exactly.
So just be careful.
When they are giving hatred, you are giving hatred for hatred. We don't give.
I voted. Talk back. Go and check on my Facebook. I can give you my Facebook platform. I was a die-hard Obaseki fan. Die-hard. Talk back. I wear the t-shirt, wear fiscal, do everything. Okay, this is a new government. Let's try. I don't have any benefits. I never take a cent. If I take any cent from anybody, let anybody say my name is Ero Ikmonsa Ero. Let anybody just come into this platform and say, yes, we gave you money. No, I'm only doing it for my own fellow brothers. Those are those people who were not able to be in this position where we did for abroad here. The opportunity where we get, there are some people who cannot go feed, who cannot buy gari, who cannot buy rice, who cannot treat themselves. That's what I'm trying to fight for. Let the government have these basic amenities, good hospital, good road, good schools, good water, everything. That's what I'm fighting for. To stay on platform from 8 sometimes till 12. That time when I was in 1 month, sometimes I will be with 1 month till 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm not doing it to get anything, but I'm only doing it for my fellow Edo brothers and sisters. But for someone to just write a new government off, you don't know whether it's Satan or Demon or Lucifer or Illuminati, just really off, say, hey, it's gonna be the worst governor in the history of. Oh God, I pray, oh God, should
Thank you,
deliver us.
Jaco. Thank you, Jaco. Thank you, Jaco. We appreciate it.
I pray
Thank
God
you,
should deliver
Jaco.
us.
Yeah, amen. Yes, it's good. Let's have everybody at heart. And hope for the best. That's the only thing. Let's keep hoping for the best. Who do
Thank
we
you.
have next?
Thank you,
Oh, yeah.
Julian. Thank you, Julian.
Thank you, bro. Yes, we have Iceman. Iceman, you are okay. No, Mr. Iceman. Okay, bro.
Let Iceman go first. There's a new face here. Please,
wanted to
Bosco.
It's not a new face. It's not a new
Eh?
face. But it's not a new face. Iceman's coming for.
I wanted
Iceman,
to
please unmute yourself and.
All right. Thank you very much. I have to download the app because this is actually my first time of speaking. I used to join, but I don't speak.
Yes, I know.
So thank you very much. Concerning the conversation we are having here, the most important thing is that the election was peaceful. That's the most important thing because we have seen situations whereby during the election you hear 5 people died, 10 people died, and all those things. But thank God that we didn't hear such things in this particular election. One thing that is common within our elections here in Nigeria is that in every election, there will always be rigging. One particular party will definitely rig. So whosoever it favors, maybe the other person will come back. Yeah, these people will rig. That's why they won and all those things. But the most important thing is, irrespective of the party, we the people, you understand? Because before I used to like, okay, party this, party that, but I got to a stage I see that okay, it's not about the party, it's about the individual we're actually voting for. Because a lot of mistakes that we've made in the past is because we're voting party, irrespective of who we are voting for, whether the person is good or whether the person is bad. We just say, since this party is what I'm supporting, this is who I am voting for. But this time around now, I believe a lot of people did not vote party. They voted for who they wanted. And irrespective of the fact that no election is 100% clean, at least the winner have already emerged. So what the good people of Edo State will do at this point is support the person who is the winner to work. You understand? Because we shouldn't continue condemning people. Some person never enters seat, we don't give them bad name. You understand? So all those things are things of the past. So let's use another tactics, which is supporting whosoever that has won, whosoever that emerges the winner of any election. They need our support. Then we're supporting them. If they did not perform well, then we still have the right to vote them out. Because no matter how a party wants to rig election, if the people are actually voting heavily against that person, it's going to be impossible to rig. So
can you tell us how we can support these people? Give us 3 ways we can support the government.
Okay.
The way they are supporting Tinubu now, we are supporting Tinubu now.
My brothers.
Guys.
That's a very good question. I might not be able to.
Indictment no be here. I beg go
no,
on.
No. Let him make guys, please. Iceman, you have the mic. Please proceed. Let's allow Iceman.
All right. Okay. What I mean by we support the government, right? The thing is, most of the times, when a government is not doing something right, we work with the government, we support the government. What I mean by that is that there are some things that are happening within our territories that we can actually, like we the citizens, can actually put in place. But most of the times, we neglect those things. We leave it. All the jobs, all the works in the state is not meant for the government. There are some things we are supposed to do. Maybe because our party or whosoever we supported did not win, does not stop us from doing the necessary things we are supposed to do as citizens of a state or a country. You understand? That's what I mean, number one. Then number two, criticizing a government, even when you know that, oh, this person is trying. You can only call them to where they are not trying. Like a governor who is actually building maybe building roads and other things, but he's not creating jobs. You can call their attention to the employment aspect. Like you are actually trying in terms of road and other things, but there is no job in the state. I think you should be able to create more jobs for the people of the state. So that's actually what I mean.
Okay, thank you very much, Iceman. Yes, we understand your submission, and we appreciate it. Yes, but there's a statement you made that the people should continue to vote their choices, right?
Yes.
So when the people's choices is truncated once, twice, and again, does it give the people hope? Or now it's just because the reason why I'm asking this, I'm not following any process now, I'm not arguing with anybody. When a politician knows I know who to talk to get me into power, do you think he will listen to the people or care about what the people do or say? Because right now this process is not. Yes, when you go to gatherings, when you go to campaigns, they have 1 million people, but we have seen a man with a full campaign not get up to 20,000 votes.
Yes.
So you think when that man gets into power, he will not have it in his mind like these people have betrayed me. I don't need to rely on them. So I have to focus on my paymasters who can put me in power. So how do you think the people would continue to believe in the system?
Okay, the thing is, most importantly, we the people, we are the problem. In some aspects, we are the problem. If a politician feels like the people cannot get him to power, then maybe he needs godfathers that can actually put him there. The truth of the matter is, the day we stop selling ourselves for 3 cup of rice and for 10,000 naira to vote, a lot of things will change. If a total of 300,000 people are saying no, we are not taking money, it happened during the presidential election. If they stand on their word that we are not taking money, this is who we are voting for. Even the godfathers, they cannot do anything. You saw despite everything that happened in some states, during the presidential election, people were helpless. There were some of the politicians I knew, they were just calling different people. All the people they knew that could help them. No one, everybody is telling them my hands are tied. That is because at that point, the people has refused to take money from them. The people refused to accept those rights from them. So the people stood on their ground that this is what we want. So the people.
But wait, again, sorry. But if the people get their choice, even with not collecting money, because you know what happened in this EDO election. A lot of people said the last time we didn't collect money, we went for our choice. Now they are giving money with the hardship. We'll collect money and let INEC do what they want to do. It's not they don't want a lose-lose situation because they know at this point in time it is not their vote that will count. So let them get what they would get at that point in time and suffer for the rest, rather than not get it and still. So when we talk, they all voted. But what about the end game, the end part of the result? That's what we are talking about. How
the end game now?
Is it our powers to change what INEC will do? INEC people, they are Nigerians too. But how can we control the police now from telling everybody to leave INEC office so that those people work? Those are the things we are talking about.
Junior,
that is where corruption comes in, and I don't think this will be easy to fix. From what you just explained now, I understand that perfectly. It will be extremely difficult for we the citizens to fix this issue because it seems like people are losing hope already.
The truth of the matter is this: we come every electoral cycle to talk about this.
Iceman.
Yes, I'm here.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm okay. I am done already.
Okay, so your take in the matter is the people can make choices for the government, right?
Yes, I know it's not easy, but that is what we are supposed to do as citizens.
Okay,
Even
thank
if
you
we
very
fail, we'll still try again.
Hello?
much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Honorable Foster, are you there with us? Okay, Foster is not available because we are trying to go around to get everybody before we go back.
I'm
Okay,
here.
okay, thank you, Honorable. We're talking about the elections. I guess you have been following up. Talking about the elections and the outcome. What are your suggestions? What are your submissions? Sorry.
Okay, good evening, everybody. We thank God the election have come and gone. I'm a bit taken aback hearing people saying the election was not free and fair, election was rigged, election was this and that. Obaseki won 2 elections before now, and similar things happened. And these same people saying the election was rigged today, we're happy Obaseki won last time. So why are you crying foul today that the election is rigged? This is Nigeria. This is the state of things. There's no election in Nigeria that rigging, element of rigging is not involved. It might be heavy, might be light. You see, that's why maybe that they've not even criminalized rigging, because sometimes you cannot clearly point to it and prove it to be a crime. So it's a faith we must all take to heart. In America, they rig their own elections in their own way. See their mail-in votes that Joe Biden used in winning. And Trump has been crying. But when Trump won the other election, when he won Hillary Clinton, he was happy and he forgot that he too might have did his own rigging. So coming back to our own election here, I want to disagree with anybody saying that there was rigging. No, this is what was expected. If we want a better election, we should tell our representatives in the National Assembly to make the law that would criminalize rigging or make the system more difficult to rig. You don't expect a president who appointed an INEC chairman and the INEC chairman will not do the bidding of the INEC chairman. It's almost impossible. Almost impossible. In America, it is the local government that conduct the election and announce and send to the federal that this is what we conducted here. So they conduct the election, federal, local, House of Rep, Senate, and all, and send. But in Nigeria, it is the center that comes to conduct election in the localities. The center has not even provided lights, electricity, security. Are you expected to provide credible elections for you? It's senseless talking about that. So if we have accepted epileptic power supply, then why are we complaining about election rigging and all sorts? No election will be fair if such system continues. So what we should be demanding for is not crying after the milk has been spilled. It's to cry ahead of the next election coming. There are some electoral reforms that need to be put in place. Strengthen the local government. Let the local government have power to conduct election, free from the state governors, free from the president, and see if the president would not know the name of every local government chairman, name by name. But when the president can send his presidential might, be national might, and send to your states, what are you expecting? For you to upturn that, you have to spend a lot of money, or you have to do something more dramatic than the federal can do, for you to upturn federal might. So when federal might favors you, you are happy. When it does not favor you, you say it's rigging. So we too, we are all accomplices in this whole thing. So back to the election situation. I think the election was fair and it was toughly contested. It was toughly contested. So coming out to say there was rigging, you cannot eliminate rigging in any election. What you should say is that the report card of Obaseki is what led to this. Why has Obaseki not played to the gallery of the federal? Politics and governance is not fighting. It's not Mike Tyson punching everybody. You fight here, fight here. No, sometimes you have to make peace. Sometimes you have to build bridges. Sometimes you have to pretend. Sometimes you have to hold back. Sometimes you have
Are you there on the rehearsal? We can't hear you.
No, he has ended. Let's move on.
No, I think okay, Mr. Concon has not said anything at all today. Mr. Concon, yes, let us have Mr. Concon say something. Mr. Concon, I'll put you right in. Okay, give us your
things like that.
submission.
You now use little things to spoil it. Sometimes people cannot hold on to those big things. It's these little things that they hold on to. And when election comes on your performance, they hold on to those little things and go to the polls. There are people that you can't rig a popular person. If someone is popular, you can't rig him. I'm a politician. If you are very, very popular, they will not allow you rig in their polling units.
Moderator, it's 3 minutes. Your time is going. 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So those are my few contributions. The election today that held that brought in Senator Monday Okpebholo. Okpebholo is not the best candidate to come and win elsewhere on a good day. Put two of them together, even primary school children, they will vote elsewhere in any day, any time. But because of that thing standing behind elsewhere, that is why we have this election today. That is why we have this result today. So let us all learn lessons from 1 minute. Let us all learn lessons from this election. That power is transient. Mind how you use it. When you use it, you'll be surprised what they will pick up against you, despite all the good things you've done to take you out. Thank you. I would not want to say much more than that. Thank you very much.
Moderator, please, I'm listening. The kids just came back from school. I'm with them, please. I will come back to say something. You guys can continue, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Foster. We appreciate your submission. Now let's go back to Tupo because I've gone around the checks. John Bosco has left. He's supposed to be next, but Tupo, are you there?
Sorry, did you try Oye again? Oye. Did you try him again?
Oye, okay. Oye, are you there? Oye, are you there? Okay, maybe he just wants to listen. Oh yeah, okay. We'll get back to him or her. And I want to say something. They said I like when people like to speak on certain issues. Now we are asking people are saying we should talk to our legislators to work on an electoral process that promotes them. Like coming here to tell me I'm making money from a podcast like this, and I'm making so much money without accountability, and you come to tell me to make reforms on it that will reduce my powers or my finances. The people that just won the election in Edo State, one was a senator, one was the House of Representatives. These people, they call them lawmakers. The system has favored them. Do you think they see that the system has been flawed? No. These are the things that we talk about. It's not because I am not supporting anybody. I'm just trying to say these people, we talk about human beings. These human beings flaw the system. Cars don't kill people. Accidents don't happen until a person drives it. A gun does not kill a person until a person pulls a trigger. So if INEC, I'm not saying INEC is a bad institution or it's not independent. The people that are running it are part of the system that makes it flawed. That is just it. The politicians are in between control. Now they say you can only controlling the people will have their double choices. Control a man that can give a final say. So when you say like, we should go to legislators, go to our legislators, tell them that there are issues in the electoral laws. How did he get there in the first place? How did they all get there in the first place? It was the same electoral laws that got them there that you are telling. It's just like telling senators to reduce their extra codes or their salaries. I mean, please, if you come, let us talk. We are gentlemen. Yes, let us really speak. Let us speak the way it is. Mr. Oye is not there. I think Mr. Tupo has his hand up. He has had his hand up since. Mr. Tupo, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Please.
Mr. Moderator, I did here too. I raised my hand.
Oh, it's after Tupo and you. Yeah.
I wanted to make contribution because election has been won and lost. If who is going to court can go to court. That will not be news. Not be today. Not be today they'll call the talk whether government is good or bad. But there's something I want to say. You know, it's like we have developed a mentality that if election is done, after the election is done, once it doesn't favor us, the government will just any government that comes to power, the country will just die. You know, now then somebody now went ahead to say that we should vote individuals rather than political parties, and then my heart will broke the more because these things just when it goes round, I just wonder what's really going on. So, but let me just break down something. There's something I know about politics, like we all know. A full department in a university was created for it called political science. It's to educate us on how politics is played, both in governance and even in our work environments. You understand? Now, when this politics is played properly, it creates ideology. So there's nothing like we vote people rather than parties. It is the most stupid statement I ever hear, and it will only come from people who don't even understand what governance is all about. Governance is about ideology, clear ideology. It's about the party. The problem of Nigeria is the party, not even the individual that emerges. So, and I will give you an example. If in 1960 we had Awolowo from the AG and Azikiwe from NCNC or whatever, and Ahmad Bello from the north, whichever of them had gotten into government, Nigeria will work. Why? Because it was an ideology thing. So, but they will still battle to get somebody there. That's how it is. The party system is what drives it. It drives the ideology. So whether it is the person that even emerged finally in 1960, the Tafawa Balewa, was not even a known person. He was a boy to somebody that he just said, no, Ahmadu Bello said, I cannot leave my people. He should go and represent me. And he became the prime minister. It was an ideology. So until Nigerians start to stop this, yet argument of one individual thinking is the one that will change narrative. It's not. One individual makes it worse because he goes there and uses his emotion to whip people into order. While he's trying to do small, meaningful and meaningless development, then we will start praising. And as our generation is going, we should start working towards building strong political parties. Even if we are in different political parties, we should, from those parties, build a strong ideology that we can use to shaping the development of our country. Even in 1990, when we did SDP and NRC election, with the persons of Abiola and I don't know who was running against him. Whoever had won that election would have developed Nigeria. Nobody would have said, oh, but this one have won. It means the country will die. It's not going to die because they both have their different ideologies. NRC, SDP. What we are seeing now is because we are even basing our discussions on individuals rather than on the errors of the parties. So if we which individual, which individual, which governor gets sense past me if I not fit govern? So let's just leave all these sentiments of this one is better than that. Let our parties come together and do proper things. Let us be part of the process that produce candidates. And when we are producing the candidates, let us discuss the ideologies of these parties. That is what's shaping us. Governance, once the person is elected, governance begins. All the government we have been seeing, what has come out in 1990 today with all these individuals? Is there not a dancing governor in Osun State? People still supported him against the federal government, shouting left and right that they cannot rig the election. But the guy is dancing everywhere. And people are closing eyes as if they are not seeing it. Is that not a political party? What kind of... So I beg, please. And the Osun election is still coming. People will still be shouting now that the guy must have his way because they hate the federal government, which is another story of another day. I have seen it in Nigerian political circle that every state that is an opposition to the federal government, the people always prefer the opposition. That's what happened against Oshomole when he was coming to power. The people preferred Oshomole against the federal government, which was PDP. When Obaseki was coming to power, the people preferred Izeyamu to Obaseki when he was APC in federal. When Obaseki switched party, the people preferred Obaseki because APC was now in federal. So these are systems that have been constant because we just separate the state from the federal and try to blame the federal for everything. Ideology matters to our political system. It is not an individual. One individual cannot come and use his emotions to destroy the fabrics of our democracy. One individual cannot come and say Nigeria will burn. Oh, no, it's a party thing. If Awolowo had taken over Nigeria as at the time Ahmadu Bello took Tafawa Balewa, Nigeria would have succeeded. If Azikiwe had taken, Nigeria would have succeeded. It was just ideology difference. Let us take this opportunity now and build party. We have 4 years to build a better party with a better ideology that will compete for the election in 2028 or whatever. Let's not forget all these things and when people start to do as if they know better than you. Nobody knows better than anybody. Let us build parties. Election has ended. Congratulations to Okpebholo.
Thank you, Mr. Tupo. You're a great guy. Thank you very much, Mr. Tupo. I appreciate your submission. Mr. Oye has his hands up, but Mr. Bontan, you have the 3 minutes. But on the lesson learned, they say the party is the problem, not the people.
Okay.
Wait, you hold, please. Wait, no, it's your turn. Just hold on, please. They said the party is, Mr. Tupo said the party is the problem, not the people. And he said the people should know the ideologies of the party. And I want to crack a joke. It doesn't need answers. Does the governor-elect know the ideology of APC? I leave that for the next episode.
I beg rest for this joke. I beg.
Mr. Bontai, I'm not here for your feelings. I'm not talk when I will not give you time to speak. So tread carefully.
You don't want me?
Heart openly on air. Tread carefully. You watch from the air back air.
We're not going to change that to something else, though.
You know, speak.
A lot of person don't allow the moderator to change it for you.
We be Wuda men. You know where would they come from? More try.
Bobo, give us your submission.
Okay. On a lighter note here, the truth of the matter, what feeling I just expressed there is something we should look inwardly to, because I see a lot of brilliant ideas and suggestion, even feelings, emotions running high, but it still remains this: we cannot operate in a void. Like any state or any democracy is being shaped by parties, ideology, as Flynn mentioned, or the party system. Even today, no matter, even if you are the greatest individual, you still have to go through the party structure, to get your mandate. So being that, from what you have just said, that's a direct indictment on all of us to know that because somebody asked a question when I was, I felt the need to speak, where he said, how do you mean support? Give us 3 ways you can support. the present administration or the current administration to strive. Number one, nobody said we cannot criticize. We cannot just disparage or just, throw out the present administration or just, how would I call it now? Just discount them. Whether I would like it or not, they went through the process. And however they meander their way in the house. Do you understand? Whether I would like it or not, come November they'll be sworn in. Whether I like it or not, they'll take over the state of affairs of the state. So us being stakeholders in the growth and development of Edo, it's now incumbent on us to now, strategize or map out ways we can be directly involved, or do we want to just stay on the social media platform and start, just be looking for content or stuff to talk about, or do we really want to, roll up our sleeves and get in the business of the people? What I mean by that is, are we, even if we have different opinions, ideologies, and whatnot, it's for us to start encouraging each other, to get into politics. Like someone mentioned earlier, a strong, formidable opposition can always take power if the current or the present administration, like what just played out in Edo, is non-performing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, my thing, every time I try to speak, I just want to redirect us to what is important. What is important is, are we going to be participants of this whole process? And how do we do it? How do we encourage those that we feel, have the right temperament and the tenacity to be objective leaders? And we can criticize the government objectively too, rather than just be emotional and, make all sort of, threats and hot curses at them. That's not going to change the life of Mama Monday selling in Ekiosa market in Benin. Is that going to improve her life? Does she even know we exist? That we're even starting a cause for her? That's not going to. Impact comes from action. And how do we take action? Not from talk, action. Get involved one way or the other. Encourage people to get involved. Be an advocate of change by actions, not us talking. Oh, this guy is not qualified. Whether we like it or not, what the constitution has prescribed. Even in the America that I live, there are 3 factors to become president. No one says you have to be educated. Do you understand what I'm saying? As long as you in Nigeria, as long as they didn't even say you should pass in Nigeria. If you have school's leaving certificate, attendance is good enough to be a public office holder. Where the running of government now comes into play is why they created ministries and why they have civil servants, where they have people in place to carry out the agenda or to fulfill the electoral promises or mandate of the rulers. That's why, if not, if the governor was supposed to be this, then Elon Musk should be ruling America. If it's the about wealth and smarts. Do you understand? It is the reason why we should not be focused on the individual, rather than focus on the institutions and the organizations running the government, on how they are performing. Monday Okpebholo is not the supervisory councillor supervising a road project in one local government or in EDO. There are people there. Are they doing their job? The permanent secretary who is exchanging check, is he Okpebholo that is causing that to happen? So we need to strengthen our institutions for that to happen. From INEC to the police force to the judiciary is what we should be canvassing. I know all these things might seem Herculean, but like they say, little drops make an ocean. Step by step, as long as we are guided in our goals and shaped in our purpose, these things can be achieved. Let's look for solutions, not complaints. That's my take, though. Thank you.
Thank you very much, bro. Thank you very much for your submission. John 316, you had your hands up. 316, are you there?
Yeah. So,
okay, please. We have met our 2-hour mark. We are just rounding up now. 316, please tell us, give us your submission in a short.
Okay, I will quickly address some of the things that people have said. I'll be trying to be brief as possible. So the first one was when somebody was talking about ages, demos, and all that. We should try and see life above that. People have the right to air their opinions. I stand to be corrected. I'm hoping that he will do better. But from what all the indices I have, or from what my own assessment and judgment, I don't have so much faith. Now, for the thing about buying of votes, I think one of the mistakes that we always make is to try to delve into things we don't have control over. There will always be politicians giving out money for bribe. And as long as there are politicians giving out money for bribe, there will be people willing to take that money for bribe. So you can only focus on things that you can have control over, and which is participating in the process and probably becoming one of the candidates in the future, or as the case may be, use technology to streamline or reduce as much as possible how they can manipulate the results. Rigging has gone beyond vote buying. It's very it's almost, how will I put it now? It's when you see results sheets being manipulated and changed, when you see you're having accredited voters of 500 and voters of maybe one party vote is like 4 or 5 times the accredited voters, you know that people somewhere are changing figures, and you can easily point fingers to the agencies that are responsible for that. I don't want to mention names now. So you need to create processes that can minimize. You cannot completely eliminate those things, because this is part of our culture and way of life, or how we do things in Nigeria. But if you create processes and using technology to create processes that can reduce as much as possible. Now, the party versus individual thing, I'm very vague in politics, but at the same time, I think we always try to represent a different culture into our own culture. I'm sure when you talk about party and ideology, you're thinking about Democrats and Republicans. In Nigeria, it's completely different. There's no party that has an ideology in Nigeria. The ideology that they have is about ideology of corruption, stealing, and how to share money. So, in as much as the parties have taken over the structure, meaning that you can't win an election today in Nigeria without the party structure. It's almost impossible. That's why I'm not even subscribed to the fact of saying forming a new opposition party. You cannot, if we are realistic with ourselves, you can't have an opposition party that will be able to infiltrate or beat PDP and APC. So you are left with 2 choices. One, you have to become members of these 2 political parties and work your way through the process. Understand? And this has to happen in mass. It's not just 1 or 2 people. So if you have people with the same mentality in large numbers coming into the party, and gradually over time, you now what do you call this? Diffuse or water down the people that are bent on corruption and stealing. So we still have to do it through either APC or PDP. The third party option, I think it's a fast stretch. So the why I still believe in the individual thing is, you cannot architect or deliver or construct or build something you cannot envisage, like something you cannot conceptualize in your mindset. That is why we talk about visionary leaders. So if you have somebody that does not have a vision to say, okay, I want to put a rail line between Benin that will stop in Ekpoma and Parapara and make it Aochi, even if you give that person $10 billion federal allocation, he will not be able to conceptualize that, and he won't know how to chase or get people, the private sector, to participate in it. So when you guys say that you want somebody that has a very low IQ, it doesn't mean somebody that has failure in school or has a very low IQ to become governor to take leadership position. I find that very surprising, because even if you can't get highly intelligent people, it should be at least average. But saying you want people that are very low-headed or have no vision, they cannot conceptualize or put a plan together, I totally don't agree with it. You have to be able to filter people
Mr. Tracy saying you have 30 seconds to round up. Thank you.
you have to be able to filter people that seem to have vision. All the greatest companies in the world, or all the greatest people that have made changes in their countries, are visionary leaders. So what we see today, they don't have any vision for the state. And that is also has to do with your level of thinking or your IQ. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. 316. We have heard your submission.
Moderator, visionary leaders come by building structure. Visionary leaders don't come by individuals. They build a structure first and build a party. Then they carry people along who buys into that their vision and work together. That is how it works. So I support 316, but there's a process to these things. Let us not come here and say election was.
No, but yeah, you're supporting him now. So let us not come and say
hold on.
It's okay.
Mr. Oye is the next. We are rounding
up. Yes. Oye, do you have anything to say?
Yes, I do. Good evening, House. Good evening, and congratulations on the victory of APC. I'm not an APC supporter, but this is politics, and whoever is there, we should all forward our good energy and goodwill to them, so that Edo State will be great again. That's the most important thing. Party or no party, I can't say we should vote the individual, because I wouldn't have voted Okpebholo, because I honestly think that Aso is the better candidate, because he has all the credentials, academical credentials. But as Mr. Agwantari truly said, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be an educated, very educated person to rule. And to tell you the truth, Ronald Reagan was a Western movie star. From there, he became the president of the United States and was there for 2 terms. So I'm just saying that we should all come together to agree to disagree, or disagree to agree, and always put Edo State first, because that's the goal. So thanks, guys. Peace out.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your submission. Yes, we have no other choice. We have a governor. We have a winner as a mayor, and he's going to be the next governor of Edo State. I said, those citizens will do our plot, pay our taxes, support us, and allow the process. We don't know the future. We don't know what holds next. Let us just envisage or pray for the best of all outcomes. We know, yes, a lot of people are not happy because things did not go their way, but a lot of people are still happy because things went their way. It's always, whoever, if a candidate had won, exactly, victors are vanquished. If another candidate had won, people would have complained about about the process as well. But all we ask is, as we evolve, as we get more educated, as we get older, it is only left for us to strengthen all processes that produce great outcomes. Strengthen it. Our institutions, our mechanisms, our groups, our education, and we have to improve. We work on improvement. work on great improvements to get great outcome. Well, that is all for today. We have tried our best. There's nothing more we can do. We are supported. Now, like Mr. Sazua will say, going forward, let us think of better ways to see how we can tell these friends of our friends to improve the processes. So now, for instance, upper reporters can come to Mr. Sazua and Mr. Tupo and say, please tell your party to enhance on the
Oh,
reforms.
hey, Junior, you put your
Moderator,
party.
please. I don't want you to talk, I beg.
Please, they can call. Wait, hold on, please. Sazua, what did I do
Which
wrong?
party you put me?
No, I say tell your friends. I'm not saying. I say use your program. You have a body. You have an association, which is strong.
Okay.
Good. You can use that to. From what I gather, I heard the deputy governor, the deputy governor elect is in that group. And you can use that to project it, and not because the deputy governor, the incoming deputy governor is a lawmaker. You didn't have to wait for him to win as deputy governor before you started processing that. You should have done that while he was the lawmaker. But now we are telling you,
Who told you I didn't do that?
I'm not saying now, but nothing has changed. So we are just saying, please, now that you people are close to the government, we, your other friends from the other side, are begging you to tell them to enhance things going forward. And then now we can hold you guys responsible for the outcome of the incoming government. Thank you very much. Mr. Konko, you want to say something, please?
Yes. I wanted to quickly say something for 2 to 3 minutes. I greet everybody. My only concern about the election was the process that the governor-elect was being declared the winner. Because yesterday I was speaking to about 2 families here in Texas who went back home to go vote. Every 4 years, every election, they go back home and vote. And I was speaking to them, and their response was, it is not really if APC won the election or PDP lost the election. It's really the issue of the heart of Edo people who are not into or who are not members of any political parties, who are just voting because it is their franchise to vote. It is the process. You don't allow, it is so sad that somebody will vote and then they vote their choice, and somebody sitting down in one place in Abuja coming to decide, you know what, F your vote. We don't give a damn whether you vote or you don't vote. This is the person we want, and this is the person and that we are going to put it. And the painful part of it is that you see educated Edo people who are clapping and excited about that act. Mortgaging the future of their cousins who are not able to travel out of the country, or who are not in diaspora with them, mortgaging their future for the next 8 years or 16 years, all because we just want our party to be in power. Man, my dear brothers, I've said this before. It is time we begin to put our state first, even before any political party, and allowing our voice and our vote, not even our voice, our vote matters. Because if the government or the federal government know that the vote of Edo citizens does not matter, they would have just allowed everybody to sit in their home and then they just call the result. What is the democracy we are all yielding for? And we are not saying that, oh, it doesn't matter, we don't want this person. No, we are not talking about either Aswen or Monday. That is not whoever, that is not the bone of contention here. The bone of contention is that the vote of the people was not respected. And it is bad. And we should not be happy about that. We should condemn that, and we should say no to our leaders, and we should say no to the president. That is just all that really matters. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Concord. Well, your opinion, going forward, we have to do our best, and we'll hope for it, because all that we will say, we cannot control that. Regardless, we can go to our we can go to our lawmakers to tell them this, we're disenfranchised, we're this, say take it to court, go to SERAP, go to EFCC, go to NNPC, go and tell these people.
Mr. Moderator, Mr. Junior, please, I beg of you, 30 seconds. Let me just say this. Political parties are an elitist organization that we entrust our leadership rights to help us steer the ship of governance. If we don't understand that meaning, they are supposed to be an elitist organization that we use to steer the ship of governance. Irrespective of the political party, the political parties must be up to date. So when you say mortgaging our future, as long as it's two political parties that are contesting, whoever is voting for any side is not mortgaging anything. We expect them to be up to date. They should have integrity. The only problem now is that we don't have political parties that have the basic integrities that a party should have. You cannot criticize Republicans or criticize Democrats in America because you know they are parties that have come a long way. They have their integrity. You can only choose which one you want to support, either the liberal mentality or the conservative mentality. So what we need to do, we should take back these political parties from these people who have criminal mindset to use the parties to rig, to hijack state actors and do funny things, and repair these political parties so that with a platform of it, we can produce candidates that we can manage to control the governance we seek. One person cannot come and destroy the institution to drive everybody in the party, and we are praising it and think that is how democracy works. It doesn't work like that. I know a story back then. I was told how Shagari will attend party meetings and sit as a member, and doesn't even have a say in the party discussions. And the party will give him a rolling plan on how to produce dividends. You understand? So this is what we should be looking at. Not all these one-sided people coming to. Short. I don't even get this time. I go the hold this governor accountable.
Okay, so let me just quickly jump on what I said, which I quite agree with. I think, however, for us, now I'm not talking about the leaders or those already in the arms of affairs. For us, I believe for us to move forward, there are certain steps we must take. This is a must, in my view. First, we must list out the mistakes that these current crops have made. We must also come together to agree on certain things. For example, that the rule of law must hold. Independence of institutions. Without all of these things being agreed, I don't see a way forward. Absolutely, I don't see a way forward. Whether PDP, Labour, or whatnot, it is for us to agree the way forward. Take America, for example. They've all unanimously agreed independence of institution. And that's why it's working. Go to England. It's the same thing. You can't cheat the system. No system is 100% fail-proof, but to 98% you can't. But that's not the same here in Nigeria. In Nigeria, if you have the box, you can turn any institution in your favor. So we must agree as a collective that these are the things we will not do. Learn from the mistakes of those before us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Moderator, please. I was the one that used the word mortgage, and please, I really wanted to clarify something there. I really wanted to clarify something there. There are so many meanings towards mortgaging, and when I use the word mortgaging our future, I mean we cannot be exposed to future risk of the fall of the state. That's what I meant by that when I use the word mortgaging. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, everybody, we have all come to a conclusion that yes, we have accepted the outcome. Going forward, we have to update ourselves. It's like an iOS or a computer. We have to update ourselves to the new standards, and we expect the people that call themselves leaders or are part of the system to upgrade themselves as well. Again, I want to say something. Tupu, I like your definition of political party. But there was a word you used there. You used the word elite. In the definition of political party, there's no elite. It's when we try to think our government, because they go there to empower themselves financially, so we think they're elite. An elite mind doesn't have to always be finances. An intelligent person, a noble man is an elite. It doesn't entail. It's only in our our kind of system, that's when, because a man is rich, they say he's an elite. And a well-educated, articulated, noble man, not caring about what he has in his finances, is an elite. But that is that. I'm not disregarding your definition. I like the way you portrayed it. Political party, a group of persons organized to acquire and exercise political powers. That is the major part, political power. So it's not by talking about it, it's also by being about it. Guys, if Tukpo, we have a person like Tukpo here, want to join the party, let us join the party so that we can go internally to shake it. And he said he used, I think, was it him? He said, or I think it was a 316. When a majority, when a lot of people, if they have 100 men or 100 guys come together, agree to a term, go into one political party in the state, I believe those people can dilute whatever party it is. I'm not saying to mutiny, because that is another style that people might see. If we go there, we'll take over, we'll block this one, we'll climb up, we'll get to the top. That is not, it's not mutiny, but go into a political party where everybody with an ideology can come to an agreement. Hence, the majority will win the vote, and then changes can start from the grassroots. I believe so. But again, there are people that have been there. If you come in, you'll be at the far tail end. What about those disadvantages? Well, Mr. Agbonta, you have your hands up. We have done 2 hours, 30 minutes. Agbonta, 1 minute, then we'll shut down. Please.
I don't think Mr. Agbonta is staying in the studio, but you can give that opportunity to Axman to just give us a round summation so we can end of the show.
You can give me now. Let me round up now.
Who
I want to
said
speak last though.
okay, Joe.
Yes.
Joe, okay,
Yes.
Joe, that's 2 minutes and let's round up.
Okay. Congrats to those people where the election has come and gone, just as we all said. But the issue is that we can't just what the continuity of process and development is important. Those are the area where we have concern over, because you can't write the present government completely out for certain processes they put on ground to make Edo grade. So if actually the present the incoming governor have the heart of Edo State, is to bring all those into light. Anywhere you need to improve on them, not by writing them because I wasn't the person that started the process and all that. We can't write Obaseki at off. There's anything that he put on ground that is still very meaningful to Edo State. So I just pray you have that mind, you have that we. Another thing is we, because I see people. So I keep saying it. People surrounding this elected governor. Elected governor. They are taggers. I've heard their name before now. They are taggers, and they are come with a different interest. I see fight coming soon very soon. I just pray the present governor elect have the will to deal with them. That's just it. That's my submission.
Thank you, Mr. Joe. Thank you very much. Okay, we have come to the end of the program, but I'll do my thing. I didn't want to do it today, but I said I'll do it. African proverb. They said the teeth does not see poverty, which means no matter the circumstances of a man, whether you win an election, whether you lose a loved one, whether you are broke, no matter the system, the teeth doesn't get affected by it, because there's always the teeth to give you a smile. When people talk, it's okay. You see a little joke and you're going through a lot, you just get to smile. So what I'm saying is this: no matter the outcome of the result we get, we should always keep our chin up, keep our hopes high, and expect a great outcome, no matter what it is. So that is what I plead to every Edo State indigenous or every Edo State person out there, or every Nigerian. Elections are not the end of our lives. They come and they go. Winners we emerge, learners we learn, because there are no losers in elections. Let us just think of how we can make Edo great again.
Junior,
this is the one.
Please, the next part of your next conversation, and let's just talk about the expectations that we have for this, so that we can measure whether the present governor will meet those expectations or not. Let's just be more solution and progress thinking in the next meeting. So what are the expectations? What is he going to do? So I can start measuring the timeline also.
Okay, thank you. 316. That will be on the next our next flyer for Friday. Let us keep the time 8 p.m. on Friday. 8 p.m. on Friday. We'll have this. I'll communicate with you directly and work on the next topic so we think going forward. Thank you, guys. Have a beautiful week ahead.
Don't forget the backstage.